The Calgary Stampeders, Friday Night Football underway in Winnipeg. As Babel comes up at the 20 and finds some room in the right. Trey Babel still on his feet, up near the 40 as the Stamps try to swat the ball away, but it is. His running back, Brady Oliveira, got back in the lineup last week, has the ball now, and running well to the right. And a good pickup on first down as he gets up near the 49 of Winnipeg. To 2nd and 1 with Chris Streveler on for short yardage. Extra alignment, big package in. Streveler excels at this sort of thing and gets it up across the 50 to move the sticks. A first down. Winnipeg as Colaris had come back on again. They lead the CFL in interceptions for touchdowns with 3. 1st and 10. Colaris with time and off to the left. That is caught. That is Joey Corcoran, one of their draft picks in 2025. His second CFL catch, drafted in the 5th round in 2025, second and short. Claros in, handing off Oliveira again. That is a tough team to run against. We've seen at times the Calgary Stampeders. And
3rd downs.
Streveler again, short yardage, right side. And it looks like he does have enough. Across the 50, late flags coming out as well. And that tackle of Chris Streveler, and what looks to be a first down for Winnipeg as Colaris heads back on. Quickly off to Jared Stearns in his first year with the Bombers, and inside the 30, keeps those legs driving. It'll be another 2nd and short coming up here. And on the 2nd down, Colaris stands in, under pressure, down he goes. A sack for the Calgary Stampeders, and it's Miles Brown who picks it up.
That creates the twist for the sack.
Sergio Castillo, 10 for 11 on the season. This beyond the 45. Tucks in to the left. First possession, first points on the board. His running back, Dietrich Mills, who had 85 yards rushing last week in Saskatchewan, throwing on first down. Low for Dominic Rhymes, and it hits the turf with Evan Holm there. So passing on the opening down, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Most by a rookie in 23 years, as you heard in the pregame show. Damian Alford.
2nd and 10 now for VA. Stands in. Off to the left. It's caught. And a first down. He goes right back to Dominic Rhymes. One of the newcomers as well in this Calgary offense. And a big first down for Calgary. Deep balls. Quick strikes. Here's Adams again. And off to the left. And another completion down to the sideline for Jalen Philpott. Who also had a big game.
To keep the ball in bounds, put him in score zone.
Adams 2 for 3 in this opening drive and handing off to Mills. Gets his first carry. It's a good one. Dietrich Mills powers his way down to the Winnipeg 20. And this Calgary offense means business so far in this one.
Roughs the passer, Winnipeg, number 99. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
To the Winnipeg 21. Adams gets rid of it. Has a receiver down. And a flag comes out. Tevin Jones with the catch. And being pushed out there by Dietrich Nichols. But it is a Calgary catch. Keeps it. Pushes. Big body of Quincy Vaughn trying to break the plane of the end zone. Still no signal. And it's 2nd down coming up. Vaughn again. Can they make it to the end zone? Calgary. Vaughn. Touchdown. Stampeders answer right back, and a late flag coming out after this play was over. It's a little lack of discipline coming up here as the Stampeders do indeed get on the board. See if the Stamps can make it a 7-3 game with the veteran Rene Paredes. Puts it through. So a converted touchdown. Roughing penalty to Quincy Vaughn. So kicking off at the Calgary 15. Good field position coming up here. One would assume for the Bombers and Babel. Across the 45, 50. Babel getting a little help, getting a little push up across the midfield stripe. 7 of those 8 by a single score. They've been close. 7-3 Calgary leads. Winnipeg ball again. Back to Brady Oliveira as he takes his time and finds a gap and works his way through. For Oliveira went down very early in their first game. Missed a couple of games. Throwing now in 2nd down and gets it off to Oliveira. Short pass. Tries to push his way through for a first. For Sergio Castillo, he's at a couple of 60 yards. Had one earlier, across the 45. This one is good.
I think that Winnipeg will change his coverage up here.
And he drops the snap to start the second possession. Can't get a playoff. Luke, thank you for that, but Just fell right in the lap of the Winnipeg defense there as they just pounced on the mistake by Adams and the Stampeders. Second and long. Dalton shown their slot back and missing their left tackle Stanley Bryant as well, injured and out in this game. And they tried running at that time and just.
You want to make sure if Zach doesn't take too deep of a drop because the goalpost could be an issue.
Here we go in a 2nd and 8 from the end zone. Polaris. Deep shot. One Dembski's got him! And Dembski still on the move! Down inside the 30 before finally taken down by Spencer.
Can you get an explosive play and flip the field?
75-yard gain from the Calgary 30 suddenly as Collaros has to get rid of it quickly. 76 straight games with a catch. You see the streak continued for Calgary's Dominic Rhymes as well. Throwing again, intercepted. That one right to the newcomer on the corner. That's Anthony Johnson Jr. in his CFL debut. He is filling in for the injured Tyler Richardson.
To intercept the football.
The 5th team interception for Calgary this year. 3 of those have gone for touchdowns. Knocked at the line of scrimmage and nearly picked off the other way. Stampeders over the ball. 2nd and 10 at their 45, leading 7-6. Willie Jefferson trying to move in. Can't get there, and it gets to Tevin Jones. Another big play by the offense of the Stampeders.
Rumor has it she didn't get her license in time to fly the plane.
Oh, is that right? We'll have to look into that. Calgary football, and back on the ground to Dietrich Mills. Gets it down just inside the Winnipeg 25. 2nd and 5 now. Stamps scoring range. The heat is coming. Michael Griffin nearly gets to him, and it goes up. Brenna Cranby in the coverage on Rhymes inside the 5, and Rhymes was able to get. No problem there. Straight through. 4-point game again.
As a veteran players enjoy, he's listening to what they want to call in the course of the game.
Calling a pass here, and Collaros barely gets rid of it and completes it to Dembski. Oh, they hooked up for a big one in the first quarter for 75 yards, and then there was a pass picked off after that.
Zone defense.
Derek Moncrief in on the tackle, tried to swat that one away, but they'll bomber ball and back to Oliveira. And Micah Tights among those in the Stamps to make sure he gets nothing. Charles Wiley in there as well for Calgary.
Their streak is 5 games of doing that.
2nd and long. Collaros throwing to the right. It's caught again. Oh, what a nice grab by Dembski. Inside the Calgary 30. First down, Winnipeg. Now, there was a 75-yarder there, but 3 catches for 109 already for Dembski. Collaros to work again. Caught inside the 10. Down to the 5, and reaching for the end zone is Carrick Wheatfall. His first catch of this game. Their leading receiver coming in, and a big one there to set up a 1st and goal Winnipeg. He had only 1 catch for 8 yards 2 weeks ago in Calgary. He's already got more than that. 1st and goal at the 4. Touchdown! Touchdown Winnipeg! And who else the way it's gone tonight? It's Collaros to Dembski to get it done. Collaros 4 for 4 in that drive for 64 yards, capped off by Dembski. Down for Horton, outside the 10. Kalen Horton, first-year Stamp, big return out of bounds.
He tells us he plays like a big receiver because he has to, but his favorite player, guys, Chad Ochocinco, who is about 6'1", so a little difference in height there. But hey, maybe he plays like him.
Younger year film at Syracuse to see if he can be an impact player.
Throwing on 2nd down, it is caught by Eric Brooks. First catch of this game, up to midfield, turns around and gets enough to pick up a Calgary 1st down.
What is Vernon Adams like? Big guys he can throw to. Justin McInnes, who is the guy in Calgary that they could use to throw deep to, the big guy?
Handing off now to Dietrich Mills, dancing his way around, trying to find an opening, and there just isn't much there. Bombers have everything plugged up coming up. 13-10, Bombers have the lead. Vernon Adams goes to work. Over the middle, it is caught by Dominic Rhymes. Rhymes with another catch down to the 36, and another Calgary 1st down. Taking the handoff, pump fake, with time. Deep look, down the right to the end zone! Get out the Moose Antlers! The rookie, Damian Alford, has his 4th touchdown, and there is a flag.
Wants big targets he can throw to. That's why he can throw it up and let the big play receiver make the play.
6'6", 2:25. His coach at Syracuse called him Moose.
And you can see the touchdown right there to Alfred.
And Beretta's with the kickoff now as Calgary retakes the lead by 4 on the return. And it is Vavel getting that one up or close to the 20. So here we go from the Winnipeg 20. Play action fake. Collaros with time. He's chucking it deep. Dembski wants him again, but no. It is picked off. A bit too far for Dembski, and it's Jaden Grant who takes it.
But a spectacular job by the defense. Calgary Stampeders.
Here comes Vernon Adams again, handing off to Diedrich Mills. He pushes across the 45, and he's able to work it up to about the 49.
You got to get some takeaways back to help even this up.
Second down and 5. Off the fake. Adams gets rid of it deep again. And it is intercepted. Intended there for Rhymes. It's Evan Holm who has it. And a flag is out. He is on, in case you're just joining us, because Zach Collaros was hurt in their last possession and is headed to the dressing room. Straveller started game 1. A victory by Winnipeg. Played last week, was 5 for 7. They run it there, and they just keep on running. Enough for a first down after contact, pushing all the way up near the Winnipeg 40 for Brady Oliveira. And they run tempo up over the ball quickly on a 1st and 10 at the Winnipeg 39. Faking to Oliveira, Straveller being chased by Flo Rimolade, and he just has to throw it out of bounds. No options there for Chris Straveller in at quarterback for Winnipeg. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So sometimes when you run these zone read plays like Chris Straveller just did, what that means, read the defensive end and pull it.
With Calgary before that and traded back. Cameron Judge, so back with the Stamps. Here is Straveller for Winnipeg in a 2nd down, and he's running around again. Chased by Jalen Hutching, so that the Stamps are getting pressure. So Jamison Sheehan is back to punt, standing at the Winnipeg 25. Offenses, both of them have been hitting some big plays, but Winnipeg stalls there. And it is Caitlin Horton on the return up across the Calgary 30. Gets it up to about.
Penalty rod there?
No, I don't think Mike O'Shea did either. Diedrich Mills cuts it back. A nice move by Mills. Keeps his feet. Gets a first down. Inside the Bomber zone, across midfield, and down to the 50. And the sticks move for Calgary again. He has 6 carries, 42 yards, and even 7 a carry for Diedrich Mills. Back in his hands now on that 1st and 10. And
hardest part of playing.
Offside, Calgary, number 87. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Hardest part of playing in Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, teams that have.
Picking it up now. Couple of yards inside midfield. Adams facing the heat. They can't get to him. He takes on. Looks like he wanted to throw it, and a late flag comes out again as VA slides down.
Those guys talking through it.
Bassett to punt. Vavel to return. Ray Vavel back. First-year Bomber lets it roll. It's heading towards the end zone, but doesn't get there. Has to pick it up. Gets tackled down to the goal line by Godfrey Onyeka. What a punt.
But we need to protect here once we start throwing the football.
And Luke, talk about being backed up. They're right at the 1. Handing off to Oliveira. Gets it up to around the 5, and a 2nd down coming up. That after a brilliant punt.
He really enjoys working them every day and what they're bringing.
Big 2nd down, and swinging it off to Jared Stearns. He gets to the 1st down marker. Huge for the Bombers late in the half. A few minutes ago to Zach Collaros, who headed off to the dressing room. Straveller keeps it himself on that read, and known to run the football himself. He gets it up near another Winnipeg 1st down, up across the Bomber 20.
This dynamic Stampeder offense. So this is really good situational football right now.
And now 1:20 on the clock until halftime. There's Oliveira's carry, and not much there. Another couple of yards for tonight for Winnipeg. 1st and 10 at the Bomber 23. Straveller gets it to Cody Case. And not much there, and a late throwdown by Micah Tights, and like in 2017 when they were together in South Dakota. On the draw. That's Dembski. He has a big run this time after several big catches. Working quickly. Straveller taken down. It's Clarence Hicks coming in on his blind side and sacks him back at the 43. And Sanchez could be declared winners. Who knows? 3rd and 18. By the way, absolutely heartwarming See the ovation for Miltstiegel coming back here. Winnipeg. We with the panel as Strebler takes a knee.
Here because the clock's running out. They didn't decide not to use the timeout. It's just a difficult penalty. Once you're going to lose time, you're going to have to go up to the line of scrimmage. Make it difficult for them to get the opportunity.
And Britt, we just learned that Zach Collaros will not be back in this game, injured early in the second quarter. So Calgary with the football. Kalen Horton with the football. And a good return up across to about the 37. They started this game with a drive for a touchdown. They start the second half now in the hands of Dietrich Mills. And picks up a couple. Wide to the left for the Stampeder offense on this second down and 9. Adams throwing, and no, into the hands of Jalen Philpott. Low, though, right down. He had to go down to try to get it, but it does fall incomplete, and so it's a
good stop defensively.
Mark Bassett's last punt was a beauty. It ended up spinning and stopping right at the 1. This one down inside the 15 for Trey Valley. And he is taken down at about the 25. So change at quarterback for Winnipeg as mentioned.
They're going to try to stop the run. Some play action passes, get Strevy in a position, keep the ball moving.
Well, faking the handoff, throwing that one incomplete. So 2nd and 10 coming up. But yeah, he did start the season.
And throw the ball downfield versus zone coverages.
Setting up a draw to Brady Oliveira. He's got some room. Oliveira, he chugs across the 35. He's up to their 42 now. Chris Strebler at quarterback, and they run a toss to the left. Oliveira coming in. Jacob Roberts, their leading tackler in his 2nd year now out of Wake Forest. Jacob Roberts, 2nd and 8 after that 2-yard pickup. Strebler under pressure gets it down. A low pass. It is caught though. Oliveira doing some good work after the catch, trying to fight his way to another first down. He does not get it. Quickly moving and on to the left. Stacked up on that side, and Strebler does it again. Has enough for the first down. So your short yardage QB for Mike O'Shea also up across the 53. Strebler faking to Oliveira and throwing, and it is caught to its Carrick Wheatball. His 2nd catch. He's pushed back. He was backing up Zach Collaros in the Grey Cup game last year when Strebler was hurt, and Wilson does that dirty work. Gets another first down. Here comes Winnipeg now to the Calgary 45, opening up the second half. On that sweep, it's Cody Case. Lines the edge inside the 40, 35, 30. Cody Case, as mentioned, former teammate in his freshman year at South Dakota with Chris Strebler.
Wrong way runs.
Down to the 26, play action pass coming here. Strebler. Deep look into the end zone for Wheatball, but no, the coverage is there. Here we go, 2nd down, pressure, getting rid of it. Caught by Oliveira, and he does a rest. Great work by Brady Oliveira to get down inside the 10. 1st and goal coming up Winnipeg. Bombers have been this close before, and this end of the field ended up in a touchdown to Nick Dembski in the first half. Here is Strebler. Escapes the pocket, gets rid of the ball, intercepted. Oh my goodness, Adrian Green with his 3rd pick of the season. One earlier against the Argos, went for a touchdown. 3rd pick of this season with his new team, 6th of his career. Calgary football. And it is Dietrich Mills pushing up to around the 25 on that first down play with the 2nd and long coming up. Robbing Kevin Sklarcius. Still 17-13 Stamps. We got a first down there on that reception. It's Tevin Jones.
2nd and medium.
So we got a first up at the Calgary 34. Up 17-13. Faking to Mills. Throwing and caught. Eric Brooks has it. And then he manages to keep his feet.
By Eric Brooks.
What a momentum swing after the Bombers drove all the way down. The interception. Now the Stampeders moving at 2. Left side. Mills across the 50. Another good pickup by Dietrich Mills as he gets up near. Pushes him all the way back to a 2nd and 17 inside their 40. Adams escapes the pocket. Finally eludes Jake Thomas. Finally gets rid of it. And no, it falls well shy of the intended receiver, Dominic Grimes.
To get the penalty.
2nd and 7 now. Adams, it is complete. It is Jalen Philpott. It's across midfield, and it is very close to, yes indeed, it is a first down. 3 catches, 37 yards, 1st and 10 from the Winnipeg 53. Off the fake, throwing quickly, and caught by Rhymes. 3 catches for 46 yards for Rhymes. Another first down, Calgary. Stamps, moving, pump fake, trying to escape, spinning around, and this chucking it deep. Wide open! Moose alert! Number 2 on the night for the rookie Damian Alford. The Antlers come out again, and the crowd gets quiet in Winnipeg. Another touchdown toss for Vernon Adams Jr. 9 plays, 89 yards in just over 5 minutes. The point after from Rene Paredes. Hey, Luke, you're right. They moved the ball well last time. They just didn't get the touchdown to show for it. It was intercepted. That's Carrick Wheatfall on the reception, and then Damon Webb is in there, and so too is...
You can hand the ball off to my guy.
2nd and 6 now. Strebler. Chase down, put down. Jalen Hutchings picks up the sack for the Stampeders. There was a lot of heat up front. Luke talked about that earlier, what they're doing. It's Kalen Horton, the returner for Calgary, to take this punt by the Aussie Sheehan. Right at the 38. Horton across the 45, and then he's met and he's sent back the other way rather quickly.
Great to see him back.
Calgary has the lead, and with the football too up in midfield and lunging across is Dedrick Mills. Impressive the way the Stampeders have been grinding it away. 24-13, they lead it. No words necessary. Here's Calgary dumping it off. It's Mills with it from Adams, and he breaks tackles. Dedrick Mills gets it down inside the 40, and yeah, no words before necessary. And out to prove that was no fluke. The Bombers only lost, and they're down by 11 now. On the ground and putting his head down. Just a couple there. It's a 2nd and 8. Winnipeg 37. Adams complete. Open is Tevin Jones underneath, and he spins, and he may just have enough for another Stampeder first down. A pick 6 as well, but this time grinding their way ahead, threatening again. Vernon Adams, 11-point lead, back to Mills, 15, and just a couple of yards there. James Vaughters among those in on the tackle. Crowd picking up again on Vernon Adams. Pressure coming, gets rid of it, into the end zone! No, intended for Rhymes. A flag comes out.
Not much.
Threatening the end zone again. Quick throw. There it is. Dominic Rhymes gets his touchdown 1 play later. Stampeders in the end zone again as the boos rain down now.
I'm just going to take the ball, throw it outside.
Point after Paredes. And now it is Vernon Adams. That's quite a family, the Slowicks, and he's got to love what this defense has been doing this year. Calgary Stampeders picked off quickly. Touchdown. Damon Webb, who does it again. 2nd straight game against Winnipeg that Damon Webb has himself a pick 6. And the onslaught just continues.
From the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Started in Saskatchewan, went to Ottawa, first year in Calgary. Point after Paredes and Webb. One of those veterans they brought in, and that's his 3rd interception. He set 2. All 3 going for touchdowns too. Cody Case on the return. Big hole Bombers now. Case gets it up across the 45 at 38-13.
And then the Bombers drive the length of the field, but that critical error, the interception, take points off the board.
Down a lot, but Brady Oliveira's running and picking up a lot of yards too. Gets it all the way to the 45 of the Stampeders.
I think they just need rhythm for that first touchdown before they start doing their no huddle stuff.
The fake at the 46 and the throw by Strebler, completing it to Carrick Wheatfall. Down around the 40, and 2nd and short coming up here.
Worst takeaway team to the best. Talked about his coaching staff. They really good, have done a really good job coaching up, making sure they take the football away, they work it. Usually in football, Rod, you get what you practice, you get what you emphasize, and he's praised the coaching staffs in the Canadian Football League. How good they were and how good things happened.
13 points on the board, a couple of field goals by Sergio Castillo. Trying to get back to the end zone, and that's not going to help. Lost yardage that time for Oliveira. on that first down. So a second and about 12, and that 2-yard loss for Winnipeg. That's
Offside, Calgary, number 31. 5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
so still a 3rd and long, but they do move it up to. Strebler came on in the first half after the injury to Zach Collaros. Just a 3-man rush. He has time, and it looked like he had the completion to Stearns, but coming in was Arnold. Calgary takes over on downs, leading by 25 from their 28. Now we got some movement right at the line of scrimmage. Flags come out with a snap of the ball.
Completing second down conversions almost at 70% here.
So 1st and 15. Handing off to Dedrick Mills. Reddick Crampney in there. Jamal Parker as well, as they haul him down as he picks up a couple. Still
but he's able to free up, talk to players, as well as do more situational football.
It's Choquette, Ludwig Choquette, the rookie, drafted this year with a good carry, his 2nd one of the night, 4th of. Back to Choquette instead of Mills. Choquette, the running back, he gets it over the 40 on that first down play.
For the win.
Including a couple of touchdowns for the rookie, Damian Alford. Running the ball, Choquette again. Well, he had a bit until he met a wall named Kyrie Wilson, who pushed him back. And a 3rd down is coming up here for Calgary. Bassett. Big play, BA. It's a nickname he'd earned early in his days in the CFL, and certainly in keeping with that.
It's about to be 17-2 because they've certainly won the turnover margin tonight.
Well, they sure have, and that was a 3rd down play as well, Luke. As they've turned it over so many times. You know, before you told Levi Mitchell, before that Henry Burris, long line of great QBs with the Stampeders, and a great kicker in Rene Paredes, who just adds. There's another guy who's a great quarterback with the Stampeders, their head coach Dave Dickinson. Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes
part of the change too.
Yeah, like sometimes that just doesn't happen to you, that all of a sudden a franchise quarterback comes available, and you're able to bring him into your organization. And then the big thing for me is how different this team looks defensively.
Yeah. Winnipeg 37, 1st down and counting down, under 2 minutes to go. That's complete to Dembski. Wow, things could have been different, couldn't it, for Winnipeg early on. Dembski had a big catch from Zach Collaros, 75 yards. He had over 100 yards receiving. Dembski later scored a touchdown, and things weren't looking that bad for Winnipeg in a close game, but Stampeders in the second half just took off. Carrick Wheatfall on that catch before the longest current tenured coaches in the CFL. Strebler, throw, and gets it to Oliveira. Down inside the 30, but you know, O'Shea started with this team in 2014, who went to the Grey Cup the 3 previous years, winning it in 2018, and they went 4 times in 5 years went to the Cup. Edmonton's the only other team in the West.
Well, they won games early in the season. They won situational football, and that was everyone's trying to chase what Calgary would do, and it is so hard in the Canadian Football League. A little bit far inside.
Got in 3 games last year. This is first taste of action with the injury to Dalton Schoen in 2025. And there's another thing we can say for the first time
in the last couple of years, and they're starting to say, hey, we're in the conversation. We are the best team in the West.
There's a big run by Choquette. Still going as Evan Holm helps wrestle him down after he works his way up across the 45.
His team leads the CFL in rushing. So, well, they didn't rush. At the end of the game, they got some rushing yards, but most of the game, they're putting the ball in the air to the receivers. They got some big targets that they want to throw to.